So I just read about this bug in Claude Code that gets the output of large integers totally wrong.
Wait, really? That's wild. I wonder how frequently this happens. It's a pretty significant error in a coding environment, right?
Exactly, and it makes you think about the reliability of tools we trust, like if you can't trust the output of your commands.
That raises an interesting point. If we're debugging or relying on that output for calculations, it could lead to huge issues.
Right, and this bug seems to appear specifically in Claude Code, but running the same command in a regular terminal works perfectly.
That's strange. But isn't there a chance that this could be a limitation of how Claude Code processes these large integers?
Totally possible, it's like the software has a cap or a glitch when handling those numbers, but I wonder why it's only off by one.
That makes me think, could it be related to how floating point arithmetic works? You know, some numbers can't be precisely represented.
Oh, that's a good angle, but these are integers, right? Why would an integer output be affected by floating point issues?
Well, sometimes systems can misinterpret large integers, especially if they use floating point under the hood. But it's still perplexing.
I guess it could just be a coding oversight, but still, for a programming tool, that's a major flaw to overlook.
Absolutely. It reminds me of how critical it is to test software in diverse environments. You know, to catch these inconsistencies.
For sure, and it makes you question what other errors might be lurking beneath the surface. Are developers even aware of this?
Good question. Maybe it hasn't been reported enough, or it could be a newly introduced bug in an update.
That's another layer. Software updates often fix bugs but can introduce new issues. It's like a constant game of whack-a-mole.
Exactly. And imagine if someone relies on that output for a critical business decision. They could be in serious trouble.
Right, and the implications of miscalculations in finance could be devastating. It's a reminder to double-check outputs.
This is such a good example of how even small bugs can snowball into bigger issues. Like, how do we mitigate that?
Maybe implementing better error-checking mechanisms could help, like flagging unexpected outputs for review.
That could be effective. But then again, it assumes users know to look for that kind of validation. What about less experienced users?
That's a fair point. Not everyone is trained to spot these anomalies. It's a complex balancing act.
And how do we design tools that are intuitive enough for beginners but still robust for advanced users? That's the challenge.
Exactly, it's like creating a user-friendly interface without sacrificing functionality. But let's circle back to this bug.
Sure, you mentioned that the error shows up in version 2037. Could older versions have similar issues?
Potentially, if it's a fundamental issue with how the system handles large integers, older versions might be affected too.
That could lead to a lot more users experiencing this bug, especially if they haven't updated.
And it raises questions about the update process. Are users even aware they need to update to avoid such issues?
That's a great point. Companies need to communicate effectively about updates and the specific fixes they address.
I'd love to know if there are other hidden issues in Claude Code. It makes me wonder what else is lurking.
Totally. It's fascinating how a single bug can lead to a broader discussion about software reliability and user experience.
And it really highlights the importance of community feedback. Users need to share these experiences for improvement.
Definitely. Open source communities often catch these issues faster because they have diverse users testing it in different ways.
So maybe the balance is in creating an engaged user community that can report and discuss bugs like this.
That's a fantastic solution. Engaging users can help developers understand real-world scenarios and improve the software.
So if we tie it all together, it's not just about fixing bugs, but improving the whole user experience, right?
Exactly, and it's a continuous process. We need to keep questioning how we interact with technology.
And keep advocating for better transparency and communication from developers. That's crucial for trust.
Absolutely. This conversation really opened my eyes to the complexities involved in software development.
Me too, I think we should keep an eye on this issue to see how it evolves. There could be some interesting developments.
Definitely. and it makes me wonder what other subtle bugs might be hiding in plain sight. It's a rabbit hole.
Totally, but the important takeaway is to always question the outputs we see and ensure they align with our expectations.
And that's a great note to end on. Let's keep exploring these tech nuances together.